Life can be a long and winding road, filled with joy and sorrow, love and loss. But one truth remains: the people meant to be in your life will make room for you. If someone truly values you, they will not leave you questioning, doubting, or feeling unwanted. God did not create you to beg for love, for attention, or for a place in someone's life. He made you with purpose, with worth, and with a heart that deserves to be cherished. The Lord himself said, "I have loved you with an everlasting love." Jeremiah 31:3. If the Creator of the universe calls you valuable, why would you accept anything less from those around you? Too often, we chase people who show us time and time again that they do not truly care. We excuse their absence, justify their silence, and tolerate their neglect. But I tell you today, when someone truly wants you in their life, they will act like it. They will not leave you waiting, wondering, or wishing. God places people in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Do not cling to those who were only meant to be there for a moment. Do not force yourself into the lives of those who treat you like an option. Walk with those who walk with you, love those who love you, and most of all, trust God to bring the right people into your life. You are not lost. You are simply being guided to something greater. If someone chooses to walk away, let them go. Do not chase. Stand firm. Do not beg. Pray. Do not cry over doors that close. Voice in the ones God will open. For those who want you in their life will prove it, and those who do not will reveal it. And when you place your trust in God, you will never have to question your worth, because He has already declared it. True value is shown through actions, not just words. Words are easy to speak, and promises are easy to make. But it is through consistent actions that true intentions are revealed. Many people say they care, that they love, that they will always be there. But when the time comes to show it, they disappear, make excuses, or fail to follow through. This is why actions hold more weight than words ever could. When someone truly values you, they will not just say it. They will prove it in the way they treat you, the time they invest in you, and the sacrifices they are willing to make. Love, loyalty, and respect are not just spoken concepts. They are lived out. A person who values you does not only talk about supporting you, but stands beside you when you need them the most. They do not only say they care, but demonstrate it in the way they listen, in the way they make time, and in the way they show up when it matters. On the other hand, there are those who speak beautifully, who say all the right things, but their actions do not align with their words. They claim to love, but they do not show up. They claim to be loyal, but they betray trust. They claim to care, but their actions are careless. This is why wisdom tells us not to be swayed by words alone, but to observe what a person does over time. Think of a tree. Words are like the leaves that move with the wind, easily shaken, easily changed, appearing for a season and then gone. But actions are the roots, deep and strong, holding steady through storms, proving their strength over time. A person's actions or lack thereof tell you who they truly are. If someone repeatedly says they will be there for you, but consistently lets you down, their actions have spoken the truth louder than their words ever could. This is also true in love. A person who truly loves you does not only say, "I love you," but shows it through patience, kindness, and faithfulness. They do not only promise to stand by your side, but prove it when challenges arise. Love is not found in poetic words alone, but in the way someone chooses to stay, chooses to fight for you, and chooses to put in the effort even when it is not easy. The same applies to friendships and relationships of all kinds. A real friend does not only call you a friend, they act like one. They check in on you not only when they need something, but because they care. They make time for you not only when it is convenient, but because they value your presence. A real friend will defend you when you are not in the room and stand with you when the world turns against you. Even in our spiritual walk, this principle remains. It is not enough to say we believe in God if our actions do not reflect our faith. True faith is not just in spoken prayers, but in the way we live, love, and serve others. The Bible reminds us that faith without works is dead. In the same way, love without action is empty. Loyalty without follow-through is meaningless. We must learn to watch actions more than we listen to words. If someone values you, they will make an effort to show it. They will not leave you guessing. They will not offer empty words without proof to back them up. They will not disappear when you need them most. And when someone's actions show you that they do not truly care, believe them. Do not make excuses for repeated patterns of neglect. Do not hold on to words that have no foundation in reality. Do not waste time waiting for someone to finally act right, when their actions have already spoken the truth. You deserve to be surrounded by people who mean what they say and prove it through how they treat you. People who do not only speak love but show it. People who do not only promise loyalty but live it. People whose actions reflect their words, whose hearts align with what they say. True value is never found in words alone. It is revealed in the consistency of actions over time. Pay attention to what people do, not just what they say, and you will never be misled by empty promises again. You are created with purpose and worth. From the very beginning, your life was not an accident, nor were you placed on this earth without meaning. Every breath you take, every heartbeat, and every step you walk is a testament to the divine intention behind your existence. You were designed with a plan, carefully shaped with gifts, talents, and potential that are uniquely yours. No one else in the world can be exactly who you are, and that is not a mistake. It is by design. Too often, people measure their worth by the opinions of others. They look to the world for validation, hoping that approval, success, or love will confirm that they are enough. But human opinions change. One moment, people may praise you, and the next, they may turn away. If you base your worth on unstable foundations, you will always be chasing something that shifts with the wind. But the truth is, your worth is not determined by what people think of you, by your past mistakes, or by how much you have achieved. Your worth was established the moment you were created. It is unshaken by failures, untouched by rejection, and unmoved by the temporary highs and lows of life. There is something powerful about knowing that you were made for a purpose. It means that even in your struggles, there is a greater plan at work. Even when life feels confusing, you are not wandering aimlessly. Every trial you face, every tear you cry, and every challenge you overcome is shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. Growth is not always easy, and purpose is not always clear in the moment. But just because you do not see the full picture yet does not mean it does not exist. Consider the way a sculptor works with stone. At first, it is rough, unshaped, seemingly ordinary. But with every strike of the chisel, the sculptor removes what does not belong, revealing the masterpiece within. In the same way, life's challenges are not meant to break you, but to shape you. Every experience, whether joyful or painful, is part of a greater process that is refining you into something beautiful. Many people struggle with feeling like they are not enough. They compare themselves to others, feeling as though they lack something valuable. But comparison is a thief. It steals joy, peace, and confidence. You are not meant to be like anyone else. Your path, your journey, your strengths, and even your weaknesses are uniquely yours for a reason. The world does not need another copy of someone else. It needs the full, authentic version of you. Your purpose may not always be obvious, but it is there. Sometimes it is found in the way you uplift others, in the kindness you show, in the wisdom you share, or in the love you give. Purpose is not just found in grand achievements or worldly success. It is found in everyday moments, in the way you impact the lives around you. No act of kindness is too small, no word of encouragement is wasted, and no effort to do good is without meaning. Even in moments of loneliness, doubt, or failure, your worth does not decrease. A diamond does not lose its value just because it is buried in the dirt. In the same way, your value is not based on circumstances. Whether you are soaring in success or struggling in hardship, you are still just as valuable, just as loved, just as purposeful. Too often, people spend their lives searching for meaning in things that do not last. They chase after approval, wealth, relationships, or status, thinking that these things will finally make them feel whole. But true worth does not come from external things. It comes from knowing deep within that you were created for a reason, with a unique place in this world that no one else can fill. No matter where you have been or what you have been through, nothing can take away the worth that was given to you at the moment of your creation. You do not have to earn it, prove it, or fight for it. It is already yours. You were made with intention, loved beyond measure, and placed in this world with a purpose that is greater than you may yet understand. Stop chasing those who show they do not care. Life is too short and too precious to waste on people who make it clear, time and time again, that they do not value your presence. It is natural to want love, connection, and belonging, but love is not something that should have to be begged for. When someone truly cares about you, they will show it, not just in words, but in their actions, in their consistency, and in the effort they make to keep you in their life. Many people hold on to relationships, friendships, or connections with those who repeatedly neglect, ignore, or mistreat them. They make excuses for broken promises, justify being treated as an afterthought, and continue to pour energy into people who do not reciprocate the same effort. But love, care, and respect are never meant to be one-sided. No relationship, no matter how much history it holds, is worth sacrificing your dignity and self-respect for. People show you who they are, not just by what they say, but by what they do or fail to do. Someone who values you will not leave you questioning your worth, wondering where you stand, or feeling like you are always the one making the effort. Someone who cares will not be too busy to check in, too distracted to spend time with you, or too indifferent to acknowledge your feelings. No matter how much you love or care for someone, you cannot force them to feel the same way. If someone is showing you through their actions that they do not prioritize you, believe them. Chasing after people who do not care only leads to exhaustion, disappointment, and heartache. You find yourself constantly giving, hoping, and waiting for them to change, to finally see your worth, or to realize what they have in you. But the harsh truth is that if they truly cared, you would not have to chase them in the first place. Real connections do not require endless pursuit. They flow naturally, built on mutual effort and respect. Letting go of those who do not care does not mean you are bitter or resentful. It means you are choosing to honor yourself. It means you are recognizing that your time, energy, and love are valuable and should be given to those who appreciate them. It means understanding that you deserve to be surrounded by people who choose you, not just when it is convenient for them, but because they genuinely want you in their life. Sometimes people hold on because they fear loneliness, believing that even a one-sided relationship is better than nothing at all. But being alone is far better than being with someone who makes you feel unseen and unimportant. There is peace in letting go, in refusing to settle for less than you deserve, and in trusting that the right people, the ones who genuinely care, will come into your life when you make space for them. It can be painful to walk away from people you once loved or cared for deeply, but staying in a cycle of unreciprocated effort is even more painful in the long run. You cannot make someone appreciate you, respect you, or love you the way you deserve. The only thing you can do is love yourself enough to stop chasing after those who do not see your worth. When you finally stop running after those who do not care, you free yourself. You make room for the people who will love you the right way, who will value your presence, and who will give as much as they receive. You will no longer have to question where you stand because real love, real friendship, and real connection do not leave you in doubt. Stop chasing and start choosing yourself. Some people are only meant for a season. Life is filled with connections that come and go, relationships that flourish for a time and then fade, and friendships that serve a purpose before drifting apart. It is natural to want to hold on, to cling to the familiar, and to resist change, but not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some people enter your life to teach you, to help you grow, to walk with you through a certain chapter. And then, when their purpose in your journey is fulfilled, they move on. It can be difficult to accept when someone who was once a significant part of your life is no longer there. The laughter, the shared memories, the deep conversations, all of it feels too precious to let go. But just because something was beautiful for a time does not mean it was meant to last forever. Some people are like the leaves of a tree, present for a season, vibrant and full of life, but eventually falling away when their time has come. Others are like the roots, steadfast and unshaken, remaining with you no matter how many storms you face. Holding on to people who were only meant for a season can bring unnecessary pain. When a connection starts to fade, when conversations become forced, when the effort becomes one-sided, it is often a sign that the season is ending. Forcing people to stay in your life when their time has passed only leads to disappointment. Just as you cannot keep the leaves from falling in autumn, you cannot hold on to relationships that have run their course. There is a reason for every person who enters your life. Some come to teach you valuable lessons, showing you what love, friendship, or even betrayal looks like. Some challenge you, push you toward growth, or open doors you never would have walked through on your own. Some provide comfort during difficult times, reminding you that you are not alone, even if their presence is temporary. Others serve as reminders of what you should never settle for, teaching you through their absence what true loyalty and respect should look like. The mistake many people make is believing that every connection must last a lifetime. But not all relationships are meant to withstand the years. Some are only meant to shape you for a time, preparing you for the next stage of your journey. When you try to hold on too tightly to what is meant to pass, you risk missing out on what is still ahead. Letting go does not mean forgetting the impact someone had on your life. It simply means accepting that their role in your story has been fulfilled. Seasons change, and so do people. Who you were 5 years ago is not who you are today, and who you are now will not be who you are 5 years from now. Growth often requires leaving certain relationships behind, not out of bitterness, but because you are moving in a different direction. Some people were meant to walk with you for only a short distance, and as you evolve, it is natural for certain connections to fade. This is not a sign of failure or loss. It is simply the way life works. Learning to embrace the temporary nature of some relationships brings peace. Instead of mourning what was, you can appreciate what it gave you. Instead of resenting the people who left, you can be grateful for the role they played while they were there. Every person you encounter leaves something with you, a lesson, a memory, an experience that shapes who you are. Some will stay for a lifetime, but many will not, and that is okay. Releasing those who were only meant for a season allows you to step fully into the next chapter of your life. It makes room for new people, new experiences, and new growth. It allows you to cherish the past without being chained to it. Not everyone is meant to stay, and that is not a loss. It is simply the way life moves forward. Appreciate the seasons for what they bring, and trust that every goodbye is making way for a new beginning. Do not beg for love or attention. Love is something that should be freely given, not something you have to chase, convince, or plead for. When someone truly loves and values you, their actions will reflect it naturally. They will not make you feel like an afterthought or a burden. They will not leave you waiting wondering, or questioning where you stand. Real love is not about begging for someone's time, affection, or effort. It is about mutual care, respect, and commitment. Too many people find themselves in situations where they feel the need to prove their worth in order to be loved. They go out of their way to gain approval, to be noticed, to be appreciated. They accept the bare minimum, hoping that one day the person they are chasing will finally see their value. But love that is forced or begged for is never real love. It is a one-sided effort, an exhausting pursuit of something that should be given willingly. If someone truly cares about you, they will show up without you having to ask. They will make time for you, not just when it is convenient for them, but because they genuinely want to be with you. They will listen, support, and stand by you without needing to be convinced. Love is not about constantly proving yourself or working tirelessly to earn someone's affection. It is about being cherished for who you are without conditions or ultimatums. Begging for love or attention often leads to disappointment. It places you in a position where you feel small, undervalued, and undeserving. It creates a cycle of self-doubt where you start believing that maybe you are not enough, that maybe if you were different, someone would finally love you the way you long to be loved. But the truth is, the right person will love you for exactly who you are. You will never have to change yourself, diminish your worth, or fight for a place in their life. Love should never feel like a battle for recognition. It should never leave you feeling empty, desperate, or alone. If someone truly wants you in their life, they will make it clear. They will not disappear for days and return only when it suits them. They will not treat you as an option while expecting you to treat them as a priority. They will not make you feel like you have to work for their affection while they give nothing in return. It is important to recognize your own value and to understand that you deserve love that is given freely. You should not have to constantly remind someone to appreciate you, to acknowledge your presence, or to reciprocate the energy you invest. When love is real, it is felt, not begged for. It is steady, not unpredictable. It is present, not distant. Letting go of the need to beg for love or attention is one of the most freeing things you can do. It allows you to reclaim your dignity, your confidence, and your self-worth. It helps you see that love is not something to be earned through sacrifice or suffering, but something that should be shared between two people who genuinely care for each other. It teaches you that being alone is better than being in a relationship where you are constantly fighting to be seen. Real love flows naturally between two people who choose each other every single day. It is not about one person doing all the work while the other barely puts in any effort. It is about balance, about both people investing in the relationship, about mutual respect and care. If you have to beg for love, it is not love. It is longing, desperation, and attachment to something that was never meant to be. You are worthy of a love that is effortless, not one that requires constant pleading. You deserve to be with someone who sees your value without needing reminders. You deserve attention that is freely given, not something you have to fight for. Walk away from those who make you feel invisible, from those who treat you as an option, from those who only come around when they need something. Love yourself enough to know that real love will never require you to beg. Trust God to bring the right people into your life. Life is a journey filled with countless encounters, some that last for a moment and others that remain for a lifetime. Along the way, people will come and go, shaping your experiences and influencing your growth. Some will bring joy and encouragement, while others may leave behind pain and disappointment. But through it all, you must trust that God is in control, guiding the right people into your life at the right time. It is easy to become impatient, to wonder why certain relationships did not work out, or why loneliness seems to linger. You may question why someone you loved deeply walked away, why a friendship faded, or why certain people never reciprocated the care you showed them. It can be painful when people leave, but not every connection is meant to last forever. God allows some people to enter your life for a season, to teach you lessons, to help you grow, or to lead you to something greater. Others, He removes for your protection, even when you do not understand why at the time. Trusting God means believing that He knows what is best for you. He sees what you cannot see. He knows the hearts of people, their intentions, and whether they are truly meant to be part of your journey. Sometimes what you think you need is not what is best for you. You may desire a relationship, a friendship, or a connection that God knows will only bring you harm. When He closes a door, it is not to punish you, but to protect you from something that would hinder your purpose. There are moments in life when loneliness feels overwhelming, when it seems as though you are walking alone with no one to truly understand or support you. But even in these moments, trust that God is working behind the scenes. He is preparing the right people for you, just as He is preparing you for them. If you try to force relationships that are not meant for you, you may miss out on the blessings that come with waiting on God's timing. God's plan is always greater than anything you could design for yourself. When you place your trust in Him, you will see that He brings people into your life who align with your purpose, who uplift you, and who encourage your faith. These are the relationships that will bring peace rather than confusion, joy rather than heartache, and strength rather than insecurity. When you allow God to lead, He will surround you with people who truly care, who are meant to walk alongside you, and who will play a meaningful role in your journey. Letting go of relationships that are not meant for you is an act of faith. It means believing that what God has for you is better than what you are trying to hold on to. It means trusting that even if someone walks away, it is not a loss but a redirection towards something greater. God's plans are not limited by human expectations. He knows what you need before you even ask, and He is always working to align your life with His perfect will. At times, waiting on the right people can feel discouraging. You may feel tempted to settle for relationships that do not honor you, just to fill the empty spaces. But settling for less than what God has for you will never bring the fulfillment you seek. When you trust Him, you allow Him to bring relationships that are built on His foundation, ones that are filled with genuine love, respect, and purpose. The right people will come into your life at the right time, not a moment too soon or too late. They will come when you are ready, when your heart is open, and when they align with the path God has set before you. You do not have to chase, force, or beg for relationships that are meant for you. What is from God will come with peace, clarity, and reassurance. Trust in His process even when it does not make sense. Trust that He knows your heart, your desires, and your needs. Trust that He is guiding you toward the relationships that will bring joy, growth, and encouragement. The right people will come, not because you strive to make them stay, but because God has ordained them to be part of your life. Wait on Him, and He will bring the right people at the right time. So, trust God with your relationships, your friendships, and your future. Let go of what is not meant for you, and make room for the blessings He has in store. The right people will come, not through striving or chasing, but through His divine plan. Have faith that He is always working for your good, and when the time is right, He will bring the people who are meant to walk with you on this journey. Until then, rest in His love, knowing that He is guiding you towards something greater than you could ever imagine.